welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about long exposures and how that affects things like rivers and flowing water. Some people really like that smoothed out look, others like to have the texture. So we're going to look at both and see what happens. I'm using a variable neutral density filter. First time really using one of those. Have avoided them in the past because of the dreaded X. So we'll start with just looking at, you can see some of these chains in the water and the post. There's actually a sidewalk down there, but it's underwater at the moment. But we'll use those at first just to kind of see the difference in the effects. Then we'll move down the river to the other side of the bridge and get some shots of the bridge, both with textured water as well as the smooth water, and just kind of finish up there. As a bonus, maybe we'll get a little bit more movement in the clouds. Right now I don't think that there's enough to really see a lot of movement, but if they start moving faster, we'll give that a try and see what that looks like as well, because that can add a lot of drama to a photo also. So let's head down and see what we get. So we have this nice little S-curve going on here as the river kind of takes a bend. And I think what we'll do is we'll actually zoom in and we'll come down to maybe these right here, and you come in just a little bit tighter, come up and just get a few of them, and I think that'll show off the effect rather nicely. So start out with first grabbing a shot that is what you would typically take if you're just taking a still photo using f8. So a little bit slower shutter speed, but probably go around 1/125th given the ISO and that I'm using. And we'll see how slow of an exposure we can get. It's pretty bright, so given the variable neutral density I'm using, probably be able to get to about 10 seconds, but that should be more than enough to show off the effect. So we're just going to go through a couple different exposures just so you can see how things smooth out. To slow things down as much as possible, I went to f22 and put on the variable neutral density. And you could see just going through the different exposures, and you'll notice it's not quite a doubling effect due to the fact that the sun was coming in and out of the clouds. But let's notice the difference even as we get to 2 seconds and 5 seconds. Just the difference in how that water is smoothed out. So really does make a difference in the look. So I wanted to move down the river a bit and get a shot of the bridge with the clouds and the water to show the effect of the long exposure with all three. Something just a little bit more interesting. The clouds really weren't moving very fast, but from what you can see in this first photo, shooting this at f8 and 1/125th, looks like just a normal scene that you'd see on the river, just what you'd catch as you were walking by. But I was able to get all the way down to 15 seconds with the hopes that by going that long, we'll see a little bit more movement in the clouds. And in fact, you can. There is quite a bit of blur in the clouds itself, but not really what I was hoping for. And so to my mind, it almost makes the clouds look a little bit ugly and distracting. So I think really would have needed about a 3-4 minute exposure just given the conditions that we had. If the clouds are moving faster, we'd have had those streaky clouds that would have looked a lot more interesting. But just another comparison between using a slow shutter speed versus what you would get just if you were using a camera with no filters and just trying to freeze the action. As always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead, hit that like button. Actually, I think it's over there, wherever it is. You can also hit subscribe if you'd like to know about future videos when I post them. Post them about once a month. As we get into winter, it might be a little bit more frequent. But for now, that's the cadence that I'm on. So thanks for watching, and hope you found this enjoyable. Bye.